girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding.
searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way, yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Light is gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk.
You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
You got me thinking all I did was wrong. Guess you got all you wanted. Yeah, I don't know why suddenly you're gone. You'll never be forgotten. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. In retrospect, I could have paid attention. I could have tried harder, been smarter, deep water, I'd be drowned. I should have felt the tension. I overreacted and acted childish, impacted us all around. When you were pushing me away, I should have tried to give you space and get out of your way. How did I not see this coming? You leave them one day. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. How did I not see you running? How did I get left behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me blind. just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on a memory, but it's not like I need it. And you may have some history, but we
Yeah,
don't
the
have to repeat it.
Scorecast.
You made this mess and
Thank you.
left me with the
I'm
pieces.
trying to
Now I'm
trying to
burn all the bridges between
sorry.
us.
Trying to finish up models that I actually use in my army. I wait till I'm done with them because every time I transport them, I still run the risk of losing some paint. Still don't have varnish on them yet.
I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my
Some of the looking like it lost paint is intentional, but it could get worse. Obviously, you generally want to varnish your models before touching them, depending on the paint that you have. This paint in particular, I think, tends to rub off because it feels very grippy and potentially a little, I don't want to say gritty, but it feels like if you touch it enough, it can come off. Because this paint's not modeling paint. I think model paints have like something to protect it from coming off a bit compared to just regular paint, I think. Oh, really? Sorry. Trying to find a balance between where you can barely hear the music but also hear me. Hopefully it's a little bit better. This is a bit better. Okay. Just a little bit. I was trying to see if I can listen to it myself, but it's a little hard. I appreciate the help there. So do you play 40K? Skur. Skur. Ah, Orcs. They're doing pretty good this time around. Have you played 11th yet? Maybe once, 6 wins and 11. You're part of the you are part of the statistic, just not the good part, I guess. I play, as you can see, both Tau and Space Marines. I think they're both win. So far, I've won every match except for one, but that was mostly my fault. I wasn't paying attention to my secondaries and made one bad call. So I lost by just a few points though, so it wasn't really a big loss. But I tend to play like odd stuff. Like I don't play like the best. Well, I mean, whether it's the best or not is irrelevant to me. It's what I find fun. So what? I guess what type of forks do you play? Big Mex, Green Tide, Gas Gull. Do you run him? Stomp. Ah, how many? One, two? I don't think I've ever seen one live. It's points wise and shots for shoots for two. How many points are they? I've never seen one. I'm kind of curious as how many points it is. I wonder if it's good lord. I wonder if it's as expensive as well. I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be more expensive than Gilliman. Almost dropped them. Like 500 points. Ooh-wee. Yeah, but in 10th edition, though, they can be a little bit more effective, I think. Just because in 10th edition, the cover doesn't give -1 ballistic skill, so I think that thing will be hitting on 6s, or is it will be hitting on 5s if it was -1 ballistics, which it is now, as opposed to in 10th edition. Oh, good lord! So yeah, in 10th edition, at least it's hitting on 5s. Now it's hitting on 6s, unless it has to ignores cover. Yeah. I don't think do orcs have ignore cover? Like, well, yeah. So I think that's the reason why they kind of reduce it, but at least it keeps AP. Within 12, it does, because that's a towering keyword. It's kind of a little sucky, but you know, so as to prevent it from always getting +1 to ballistics. Do you have a mech in there? Has to get just. Oh, should he get +1 to hit? Holy crap, they're hitting like Tau. It's a fun run though, beast. Oh my god, that damage flat. Holy shit. Now, what's its attacks? I'm curious about that now. I think that is a. Biggest damage melee attack I've seen. I'm assuming it has like a strike and a sweep attack. Flat 10 has to be a freaking strike. Strike attacks. Six attacks sitting on 3s, +2 with the mag. Strength 24 AP. D. Oh yeah, damage 10. D10. I keep thinking DS and dice. Roll a D10 and see what the damage is. Strength 24, yeah. So wounding on 2s on basically everything. Not a lot of things have over 12 armor class toughness. For Tau, It comes pretty close to that with the shooting with the Storm Surge over there. That big old Storm Surge. I think if you get the other cannon, which is anti-tank, I think Strength 24, AP 5. Is it AP 5 or AP 6? Anyways, it's hitting on 2s, but is it heavy? I think it's heavy. Hitting on 4s, but I think it's heavy. And but it has a range of 24 because it's anti-tank. It has 2 range profiles. It has basically anti-tank, which is 24. I think the damage is like flat 12. I was like, man, but it only has 2 shots. So if you have an invul save, you have a chance of just completely negating it. Which kind of, I mean, I don't think it has dev wounds though. They're not big shot. Like it kind of sucks. Like you only have 2 shots and he rolls 2 4 up, and you're like, well, what a waste. I'm trying to get a little bit better with my basing on there too. Like, oops. Like, so I did the Marines were my first time basing in a sense. And it's just snow. So it's like Mod Podge, baking soda, and white paint. And I wanted to try better, so my Tau, I did, what you call it? I did, trying to be true to Asians there. Their Asian culture. So I was gonna go rice fields and stuff. And water. Rice fields and water. Because obviously water only exists in Asian culture. But I think I can do really cool a water effect with Farsight. Yeah, you can see the little blue water in both of them. One's in like a big old pond, the other one's more like kind of like a wet field. Although I was doing some testing with what do you call it, with this kind of thing, you can kind of see like, well, it's overblown, but this one looks like just white snow, and this one looks like slush. You can kind of see it. Let's see. Hold it right angle. There you go. So you can see it's like one looks like white snow, the one looks like melted slush, like ice. It really looks pretty cool. So it's interesting that I forgot how I did that. I know how I did that actually. And so basically what I want to do is maybe find areas where we'll have ice and slush, where when something dies, obviously the heat from the body will kind of melt the ice a little bit. So I think that would look pretty cool to kind of mix that up. Just haven't found the right thing for it yet to do that with, but I will. And then also, so you can see the water on the house Storm Surge. It's like greenish. So I just end up finding out that, you know, you can get basically this stuff, just realistic resin water, then put alcohol dyes in it. So if I ever go corn, I'm gonna get that resin water and mix it with red and make it like a blood pool. I think that would look pretty cool. You know what? Maybe do that with Farsight. Actually, to do that, because, you know, I don't know if you know the lore of Farsight and Khorne, but apparently, supposedly, should I say, Khorne wants Farsight. So, and I think Khorne accidentally summoned Khorne demons, I think, in one of the lores, in like the end of 10th edition. Blood for the Blood God, yeah, the color from Citadel looks realistic. I don't have Citadel colors. They're too expensive. Way too expensive for me. I'm not that rich. And what is it? But yeah, actually, with that lore, I wonder if I'll do that instead. Huh? Now that I think about it, I might do that. That's one Technicolor to use for blood effect. It's really awesome. One a please. Which color? Oh, blood for the blood god. Yeah. Sorry, I just realized I connected the two finally. I thought you were just saying that because I was talking about dipping resin water with ink. Hmm. I gotta get freaking I gotta grab Farsight's model and what you call it? See about maybe actually putting him in a pool of blood instead of water. I think that actually looked kind of cool. Hmm. Now I may have changed my mind by talking to you about that, essentially that lore. I think it would look really cool. I mean, the base of Farsight actually takes up a lot. The thing he's standing on takes up a lot of room anyway, so it's not going to be a lot of blood. Sorry for what? That's actually, it's lore accurate. Technically, it is. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Honestly, changing mine isn't a bad thing. Makes me, it's kind of like everyone else is like dipped in blue water, like clear, serene blue water, and comes freaking Farsight is like blood red. Like, what the hell? It's like, my bad, I just wiped out a whole bunch of orcs or humans, depending on which one he's fighting at the time. I guess orcs technically, I don't know if they bleed red. So I guess it's gotta be humans. Yeah. Hmm. So much for serene Farsight now. I don't like Farsight stats. Do you play any other army other than orcs? Or how long have you been playing? Let me ask that first. First and foremost. Really been playing for a year, I think playing for a year and a half. Gotcha. So, only building Custodes armor as well though. Gotcha. I guess, do you know who I'm talking about when I say Farsight? I'll bring out the model, but get this finished real quick. Let me, yeah, so okay, cool. But do you know like who he is, like what he stands for in the lore and everything? Never played against that. They're pretty shooty. They're actually doing pretty well apparently too in this edition. Uh, gotcha. So, do you know the lore of Tau? I'll give you some lore here. Nothing. So the way Tau is the youngest of the races, they're only like 4,000 years old. Apparently, like there's an expedition out there by the Imperium, and they went there to investigate the planet and realized there were primitive beings over there. So they were going to orbital bombard the living shit out of it. But a rune storm came and blocked the Imperial from going there to do that. And I think the rune storm was like 1,000 years, 1,000 to 3,000 years. I can't remember the exact number. But by the time the rune storm went away, the Tau has advanced significantly. Like they have faster. I don't know if it's faster than light travel. I think they do have faster than light travel, but they don't have like webway travel or what's the other one? The warp, going through the warp. They don't have any kind of that travel. So, and also they have, obviously advanced tech and stuff. So that's Tau. But they come to find out there's this, what do you call it? There's this, I don't know if it's a different species or not, but this different kind of Tau. I don't know if they're the same as Tau or not. Can't remember. But they basically united all the Tau under them. So there are different factions of Tau. There's like the fighter class, which is the fire warriors. The fire class, which are like their combat people. There's the earth caste, which is like their mech builders and stuff, like the tech marines and stuff. I think you have the water caste, which is like the people who speak, like diplomacy and stuff. And then you have the air caste, which are airplanes pilots. They have like very brittle like hollow bones. Why do they have hollow bones? I don't know, because they don't literally fly themselves. They're just, I guess, to reduce the cargo weight. I don't know. So anything in the air is going to be air caste. Anything on the ground with battle suits or actual Tau people is going to be fire caste. Anything that builds stuff is going to be the earth caste. And then there's this other caste called the Unva, I think. If I remember correctly. Basically, these are the guys that has this, I think they're pheromones, they say, where they can literally almost control the Tau people. So I remember in one of the books, one of the fire warriors failed their mission, and then it was in front of one of these Anva people. And all of a sudden, the fire warrior grabbed its knife and stabbed itself in the face or something like that. It didn't want to do that, but it did it. And it goes to show that there's this something with this Anva that can control the Tau. So the Tau's motto is for the greater good, meaning that obviously they'll sacrifice themselves for the greater good. All that matters is what happens at the end and not the individual people. So Farsight, he was all about this. Then all of a sudden, for some weird reason, all his Anvas, I think that's what they're called, died. And he was, I guess the spell kind of got broken because of that. But at the same time, he did go back to the Tau, I think trying to ask for more help or whatever. But I think they kind of shunned him away and says, no, you're an outcast now. Again, I barely remember the story. It's been a minute, but it's roughly correct. So anyways, and that's the reason why Farsight's, well, he's red always because that's his color, but he's an outcast to the Tau. So whenever you run, okay, might have red symbol more. I have some of the Tao books. They're okay. They're not necessarily great. Although I will say, amazingly, in the Tao books, one of my favorite character was a female pyromancer or something like that. She was from the Inquisition, I believe, and she was there to, I forget what she was there to do, but I actually liked her more than most of the Tao for some odd reason on a Tao book. Because it's actually really cool whenever she has the ability to kind of transform her body into different things. So she actually shapeshifts. So I think it's mostly in the Farsight books that she's in, or at least one of them. But I mean, yeah, their books are okay. They're not necessarily great. I have the audiobook. I listen to it while I drive to work or drive anywhere. I'd say the Dark Imperium. Is it the Dark Imperium books? The one with Gilliman. But then again, I do like Ultramarines clearly. So I do like those books, especially the Dark Plague one, where Gilliman goes back to fight the plague not Plague Marines. Um, what were they? The yeah, I admitted it. Where he fights what is that? I forget what the Plague Marines are called. I cannot think of their names. Anyways, he fights one of the Chaos faction, which is Death Guard. Yes, basically the Death Guard's running rampant through Ultramar, and Gilliman came back to stop it from happening. And I think if you like Imperium and just in general, I think it's a really good book. I think it's much more interesting. I forget how many books it was, but again, I listened to it in audiobook, so I didn't do any reading. I just listened. I'd say that's one of the better books for sure. Been reading a lot of orcs books. Oh, I haven't read any orc book because I don't know. Nothing against them. It's just I guess just not my faction, I suppose. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I wouldn't doubt that at all. I mean, do you listen to audiobooks or do you actually read the books? Uh, I was gonna say, like, I'm kind of curious as to what, like, I'll do audiobook, and I bet they're reading it like a British person, the accent and everything. Oh, what are you doing? Or I don't know how to do it, but I wouldn't doubt it's gonna be something like that. I've heard that as well. I mean, that's how you're supposed to read it. Orcs are supposedly British, apparently. So anytime you read an orc talking, you better do it in a British accent in your head. That's how I would be. That's how I technically would be reading it, just because that's how they speak. All right. Anyways, I do have to call it because I have terrible sleeping habits, and it's written. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't doubt that. But the thing is, though, is that to have that accent, though, you can read it that way in a normal, your normal accent, but you have to understand it's meant to be a British accent. And mind you, this is a British company, and they did it that way. Maybe they're trying to say British people are fun, but they don't. They certainly don't act like orcs. All right, anyways, I do have to call it. I try to stream Monday to Friday around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and try to stream for at least an hour. I'm getting through my Space Marine pretty good, actually. It seems slow. It's like 2 models to get just to their base coat paint there. You get to Skurcast. I don't know how to say your name, man. And I'm gonna try to go back to my town. I'm trying to remove all the paint from my old Tau and go with my new paint method, which is the same one I'm using on my Marines at the moment. Skullcraft, man, I'm struggling with that. Anyways, but yeah, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up the channel below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next vid.